What's good with YouTube right now? We finna get on this TD Snakes, TD Jakes, Mr. TD, Touchdown Jakes, Mr. Take a Dick Jakes. Does TD Jakes allegations make you question your religion? I don't know. I really before I get started, let me just let people know that I am not a Christian. I am not a person that thinks that you need to go to church to find God. I think you can find God, you can have God, you can figure out what God and who God is without the church. I believe them churches trap people. They had you, they had you giving money up, you know, giving your time up. Yeah, I mean, back in the day, motherfucker, you go to church every day. Now the church is starting to kind of die out. If I don't know about in your area, but in my area, it ain't too many people going to church nowadays. So that's something that you need to take into consideration when you're thinking about this stuff. I know this TD Jake shit has made a lot of people question their religion. I mean, you got to, because TD Jake's been in this craft for over 20 years. I mean, he been in this for decades, and I'm pretty sure he had a moment in his life where he felt like he was called to preach by this God, and he brought him in and groomed him and made him into the man he is today. But whole time behind closed doors, now we don't know what TD Jake's been up to. We don't know what TD Jake's been doing. And it definitely, he says he been at them Diddy parties. Ain't no telling what TD Jake's been doing at the Diddy parties. Now the story is, like I said, Cassie that came out and had some emails or some stories and videos showing that uh Puffy was throwing these parties and TD Jakes was in there. And allegedly, they claimed that TD Jakes was in there sleeping with men. I'm not trying to slander no man or nothing like that, but at the same time, this type of stuff need to be addressed in our community because we too nice as black people. We need to start addressing this shit and stop just saying, "Oh, let's just let them be. That's how they want to live." No, because these people do a lot of stuff behind closed doors, and then up front be getting the money out your pocket, have you saluting them, looking up to them, thinking that you are in life, but behind closed doors, these motherfuckers, they know something else. They doing something else. You coming to see them every Sunday, every Wednesday, whatever it may be. And this ain't just for TD Jakes. This for all preachers around the country, around the world. Because this Christianity need to be addressed. Catholic, all religions, it need to be addressed. Because why in the world would a heavenly Father or God or Almighty omnipresent being send y'all this book of rules and regulations and commandments, and the preachers ain't even following them? Because if he's a preacher, he ain't even supposed to be at no party with Puff Daddy in the first place. You see what I'm saying? But yet you in there doing whatever, doing this, doing whatever, and maybe allegedly they say you in there with men, sleeping with men. But Diddy is a hip hop, guy. He's on the other side of the fence of Christianity and religion. It's you really can't mix the two. Why are you at a Diddy party? So that's that right there alone should let you know that it's some cracks and crinkles in this religion. All right, I'm gonna get on this. I made a quick little slideshow. That's what I'm gonna start doing. I'm gonna start putting together these slideshows so I can elaborate on certain topics that I want to get on. I see a lot of other YouTubers do that. They had a little slideshow, whatever. It's cool, but I'm not finna get all crazy with mine. I just want to get on some simple shit so motherfucker can see what the hell going on, and we can elaborate and get on what topic we talking about. Cause this shit real out here, and Christianity is something that's really, really, really near and dear to black folks. I mean, we Christians to the heart. You can't tell some of these black folks about King Jesus, especially some of these the older heads. What's the purpose of the book? Purpose of the book: salvation, redemption, getting closer to God, learning the laws and commandments of God, of a God, or whatever this said God or whoever this God is. That's what this Bible is for. And the reason I'm getting on this, the purpose of this book, is because this is the book TD Jakes used. This is the book every pastor, preacher, reverend, this is the book that they use. So if this book is to get you to salvation, help you understand redemption, help you understand how to repent and get closer to God, learn the laws and the commandments, and learn exactly what to do on this planet to keep your soul tied to the good Lord, to God. That's what this Bible is supposedly here for. Now, when you tell people that, hey, y'all know this book was put together by men. This book was created by, some guys. All people say is, well, those guys were anointed by God. They got their knowledge from God, and they wrote in there that they said they got their knowledge from God. Now, just to be honest with y'all, man, anybody can tell you that I got something from God or I wrote something and it come from God. The reason we truly think or believe this stuff probably was something similar like that because it's old. It's from back in the day. And a lot of this knowledge been around for eons and eons. Because just my opinion, people been around for eons and eons. And I'm pretty sure we've been writing for a long time. They say ancient Egypt is 3,000 something, 4,000 something BC, but I really, in my heart, I think civilization way older than that. Way older. I think that stuff go civilization and writing and stuff probably go back 100,000, 200,000 years. Way before that. So these books, these philosophical books that you seeing or reading today in this Bible, it ain't nothing but old knowledge that's been around for years and years and years. And that's why I think that's why so many different books in the Bible, because they did was take a bunch of different books and put them all together and sequence them the way they want it. And they steady adding on today. They always adding on new books and new verses and this and it's so many different versions of this Bible, of this book. But it's a lot of old knowledge that's been around that people from some of our ancestors then wrote many years ago, and it's just been passed down and passed down. It's a lot of books like that, and it's just one of the most famous. It's just the way they orchestrated and put it together, and the way they forced it on people. That's why it's so famous. But this book is supposedly supposed to give you salvation. This is God's book, and like I said, if Pastor T.D. Jakes is using this book, then he should know he ain't supposed to be at no Diddy party sleeping with men. Because that's an abomination, right? Even though this country has allowed gay marriage and all this, and you got so much homosexuality going on publicly now, which I'm gonna get into that down the slide, but that's part of this world that this God supposedly done created. So he created this world, but is allowing homosexuality everywhere. He's allowing preachers to be homosexuals. He allowed TD Jakes, or he made, because TD Jakes feel like he making a mistake, right? Because he keeping it undercover, right? So, but if you ain't, if you just doing it, you don't feel like you're doing nothing wrong. Everybody would have been known about this. But this is stuff that's coming out the closet. So why would the good Lord have a pastor? Why would God have a pastor with this coming out the closet with some homosexuality like this? And me personally, I wouldn't put it past TDJ because he looked like a homosexual. No offense to the homosexuals out there, but he does look like he get down like that. But let's keep going, because the purpose of the book is definitely not being followed all the way through. T.D. Jakes a man of God? Is he a man of God? T.D. Jakes, a pastor since 1982 at age 25. That's when he started preaching. 25. Now he runs the Potter's House. The Potter's House. The Potter's House. That sounds like the Potter's House. That sounds like some old, fun boy. No offense, but it sounds like some stuff going on there, right? You know what I'm saying? The Potter's House. Been leading the masses for decades. You gotta think about that, man. You gotta take that into consideration, man. The purpose of this whole video, the purpose of my whole channel, my movement, I want black people, especially, and people in general. We're gonna have to stop calling ourselves black for real though. We're gonna have to find a way, but we're gonna figure out that we are the real Americans. And for all real Americans, we need to figure out that this Christianity and a lot of stuff going on with GOV is not good for us. And we need more of us in control and in power. Because it's too many greedy people. It's too many manipulative people in power. And they claim to be men of God. And they've convinced a lot of people that look like me and look like you to act like them. Just for the money, just for the check. And T.D. Jakes one of them. He's been leading the masses for decades. These people been paying him for decades. He's been going to these parties, I'm pretty sure for decades. He's been going to these parties. Been doing this. And get right up there on Sundays and be preaching to y'all. And people be falling out in there. He be putting his hands on people. And just think about that. How do y'all think this man look at y'all on Sundays and Wednesdays and Fridays whenever he up there? Is he a man of God? He probably looking at y'all like y'all stupid. Like just be honest. Some preachers probably look at they mass, they congregation, as they call, like they stupid. Because they going to bring that check up there. They're going to bring that in there. They're going to do this. They're going to sit up there and listen to him. They're going to feed into what he said. He can preach about the same shit he been preaching for 20 years, and they're going to feed into it. Then when them doors shut, he going to go live his life. He going to go drink. He going to go smoke. He going to go get him some hoes. He going to go fuck. He going to cheat on his wife. Because he know that shit that he preaching is bullshit. Ain't no hell, ain't no heaven. This is hell and heaven. However you make it. And having a lot of money and having a lot of women and shit and having a lot of party and fun, that's heaven on earth. That's what you do. And you can have a whole lot of fun if you can trick people into paying you. Trick people into paying for your extravaganzas. Your suits, your parties, your this, your that, your cars, that's, come on now. That's the American way. The IRS, the GOV, they have strategically scammed everybody and made it popular to do. And they've made it cool to scam people. And they think it's educated. Give them less, charge more. Tax more. Give them less. They think that shit's smart. So all that is birthed from people living this false life through these religions and through these gods that they, so to speak, are up there. Because we think all this stuff is ordained by God. We think this stuff is supposed to be going on. This is what it is. So these preachers probably looking at us like we dumb. Is he a man of God? I don't think so. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I don't believe in none of this stuff. But this is for those who believe. Would you say T.D. Jakes is a man of God? If you found out that all these rumors was true, if you found out he wasn't there sleeping with men, doing this thing, Diddy bopping, would you say he was a man of God? America's most prominent pastor. Y'all see that? He is labeled America's most prominent. Like I said, he been leading the masses for a long time. Everybody know T.D. Jakes. America's most prominent pastor, T.D. Jakes, began trending on the internet on December 21st, 2023, after a TikToker made certain shocking claims regarding the Christian preacher. On December 21st, a TikTok video from user Maisha surfaced on X, formerly known as Twitter. Y'all know I don't even know why he changed it to X. What the fuck? What the fuck X? What this stand for anyway? Allegedly, the R&B singer Cassie Ventura has supposedly handed over evidence to the FBI incriminating Diddy a month after she filed a lawsuit accusing him of heinous acts of violence during their decade-long relationship. Diddy bopping. He had Cassie Diddy bopping. They say Diddy had Cassie sleeping with different men right in front of him, popping Mickey, popping X. I mean, man, Cassie said Diddy had her on a roller coaster, getting ran through and everything. But she stayed with him for a 10, 11 years, 12 years. Like she stayed with him. So in my eyes, like I said, it's just a lot of bullshit going on in that industry, man. It's a lot of nasty ass bullshit going on in the industry, man, behind closed doors, man. And these preachers involved. TD and Diddy party together. T and Diddy. TD Jakes. Take that Jakes, goddammit. While Ventura has since settled the civil lawsuit against Bad Boy Recording Records founder, social media user Maisha alleged that she has submitted further evidence to the FBI, including tapes. See that? They say Cassie gave the FBI tapes of Diddy's parties and Kim Porter's. You know, I remember Kim Porter, who passed away a little bit ago. Diddy girlfriend. Cassie gave the FBI her burner phone. That supposedly it was some crazy ass videos in this burner phone, in these phones. And in the videos, it had TD Jakes in there. The TikToker then went on to claim that there was also an email that incriminated Diddy's close friend, Pastor TD Jakes. Just take that Jakes. TD Touchdown Jakes, who officiated the burial of Kim Porter. Ain't that some crazy shit? So he the pastor sitting up in that motherfucker at the ex girlfriend funeral and shit, and the whole time him and Diddy bopping at the party. I tell you, man, that industry for everybody out there who rap and sing, do music, who inspiring to be in this industry, man, think before you get in there, man. Think before you go to these labels and sit down and sign these contracts. Don't think for a second that you're going to be treated different. These are some grimy people. It's about the bread. It's about the money. They don't care about you, your family, your feelings. They don't care. All they want to know is, can they make some money off of you? So when y'all going into this grimy industry, just know, y'all go to them parties. You go to them parties and go around them rooms and go back to them swimming pool areas and look under these little, man, y'all gonna see some shit. You're gonna see some shit. You're gonna be introduced to some shit. Especially if your music good and you got a good image. They're gonna be trying to put you down with some shit. And a lot of these people fall for it, like Cassie. A lot of them fall for it. And then 10, 20 years go down the line, they be like, uh-oh, I'm broke. My pussy ran through. My mind gone. My family left me. I ain't got no man. I done led the public. I done led these little girls looking up to me. Now my head just looking crazy and stupid. See what I'm saying? It's a grimy industry. They use you, chew you up, spit you out. The industry is ran by the wrong people. They had these big money parties and all hell break loose in the motherfuckers. All hell. So I don't understand if you an artist and you go to one of these parties and you don't just leave. If you strong-minded, you just gonna leave. But if you just really just do anything for money, of course you're gonna stay up in there and suck some dick, whatever the fuck. You know what I'm saying? Get tied up and whipped and you know what I'm saying? All type of shit. Ain't no telling what the fuck they do. I don't know. I ain't never been or don't want to go. But I'm just saying y'all have to watch out for what the fuck is going on in this industry because it ain't good at all. Even though these beats and hi-hats might sound good, behind closed doors, a lot of grimy shit going on, man. A lot of grimy shit going on, man. All right, Maisha played a clip of an unknown man uh, alleging that Cassie had turned over tapes of Diddy's alleged depraved parties that involved multiple prominent people, including T.D. Jakes, who allegedly slept with multiple men. Ain't that some shit? Ain't that some shit? Allegedly. It say allegedly now. Now I think TD Jakes came out and said this all this stuff is lies and all that. Of course they gonna say that. That's what you're supposed to say. That's like when your girl catch you cheating. Oh baby, that ain't what the fuck you mean? I ain't this shit. That's what you're supposed to say. But when you get on that stage and you dressed up and looking and the TD man, you look a little funny up there, bro. Just my opinion. Some people look. I know a lot of people look past it because they say, "Are you a man of God?" And you know, you in the book, you in the word. You know that's an abomination. You know that's an abomination. You know what I'm saying? They know that's an abomination. Don't act like we don't know what. Like I talked about a minute ago. What is this book for? What is this book for? What is this book? What is it for? Is you just reading it? Just you know what I'm saying? Because in the book it tell you he ain't supposed to be sleeping with no man. Puff Daddy. If y'all don't know Puff Daddy, he is what we call a gatekeeper, a pawn. Did his whole team, whole crew, their whole team, all of them. We know what's going on. We know what happened to Big. We know what happened to the rest of them. Mason already explained about it. A lot of shit started coming out about Puff Daddy. And what the fuck is you call Puff Daddy for anyway? Daddy. You know? Lot of and from my understanding, I truly believe the man is bi. I ain't, that's his business. But at the same time, you shouldn't be a gatekeeper. You shouldn't be trying to lead these men, lead the masses if you if you're doing shit behind closed doors like that. We need good, solid, upstanding men around them. That's why everybody dead around you. You know what I'm saying? They ain't did nothing good for nobody but yourself. That's all Diddy about, him. If you didn't know that about Diddy, that's all he's about, him. So he don't care nothing about you. He about Diddy Bop. And this is the man that they claim T.D. Jakes is running around these parties with. Now, Cassie didn't explain to y'all that Diddy is not who y'all think he is. He putting Mickey's in a cup, putting ecstasy pills on her tongue, having 2 or 3 men come in the room with him and sleep with Cassie while he sit there and watch. And she down with it. She didn't run. She stayed with him. But she let y'all know, she was kind of like a spy the whole time. She letting y'all know what the fuck was going on at all this time. Ever since the 2000s, pretty much. I think they got together in about 07 or something, 2010, around that time or some shit like that. Sometime early 2000s. But Diddy bopped all the whole relationship. I even heard a story of Aunt Glizzy was talking about Diddy walked in when goddamn my boy Wale was in there recording with Cassie. Wale, my boy was in there recording a little song and it was kind of in her face, I guess. It was making music together. And Diddy walked in with 4-5 guys and roughed him up. Took Wale to the balcony, roughed him up, and hung him over the balcony by his feet. Had him dangling and shit. Wale cool in the motherfucker. Y'all know, you know what I'm saying? Ain't no way. I think Diddy, when I heard that story, I was like, okay. I think Diddy one of them type of guys who pick and choose who he do shit like that to. He know who to fuck with on some street shit like that. Cause he didn't had issues with Drake. He didn't had issues with other little motherfuckers and shit and that had issues with 50 and shit. You know, but he ain't never, he ain't finna do no shit like that. And I'm pretty sure I done seen Cassie in a couple pictures and photo shoots with other artists, but Diddy wouldn't have pulled that shit if he was in if she was in there with like a Gucci or something, somebody in there like that, he wouldn't have pulled that shit off. T.I. and them in there, some Luda and them, somebody in there like that. Wale, lover guy rap, but they just let y'all know what type of shit go on in this game, in this industry, man. Shit ain't no, man, y'all think these people blessed and sent by God to make this music? No. They just grimy, greedy hustlers. And they figured out something. That's all it is. This ain't got nothing to do with the Bible. But this what most of the masses stuck in. This what we read. The Bible says, "Thou shalt not." Homosexuality, all this. T.D. Jakes is accused of sleeping with men. Now, if this is all true, like I'm saying, how can a man who's been preaching for over 20 years, a man who is the face of Christianity for Black America or for America, period, him, Creflo Dollar, all these big time preachers, Joel Osteen, these is y'all are all over the world. People watch these preachers on TV. They are come on now. The God they serve has put them on this platform, right? But the Bible says, "Thou shalt not." All right. You shall not lie with a man as a woman. That is an abomination. That's Leviticus 18:22. Pretty sure a lot of people familiar with that, especially if you know the Bible. And you also know Samuel 1:26. I grieve for you, my brother Jonathan. How dear you were to me. How wonderful was your love for me. Better even than the love of a woman. That sounds like some homosexual shit. The Bible says thou shalt not, but the Bible also has better even than the love of women in the book. Now that don't necessarily say the man was sleeping with his brother, but it sound like it. But on the flip, it say homosexuals will not enter the kingdom of God. Do you not know that the unrighteous will not inherit the kingdom of God? Homosexuals, I'm not trying to get canceled. I'm not trying to hurt y'all feelings or nothing. But according to the Bible and according to people, this country is crazy. This shit's crazy. But according to the Bible, homosexuality is a sin. Like you're not going to heaven. Okay, that's according to the Bible. Now, to me, if you ask me, that's not what I believe. I'm not a Christian, so I don't look at people. We live in a world where we animals. People gonna do what they're gonna do anyway. I just think everybody need to split up and do their own thing. If you like that, y'all need your own little communities and shit. People over here need their own community. Shit like that. That's what I think. I don't think we all need to be all bunched up and shit. But anyway, if you believe this Bible. If you go by this Bible, especially if you're in the church and you homosexual, you're not going to heaven. Do you not know that the unrighteous will not inherit the kingdom of God? Do not be deceived. Neither the immoral, nor the idolaters, nor the adulterers, nor homosexuals. This is 1 Chronicles 6, verse 9. Anybody can go read this. This is what it says in the book. You can go read Leviticus 18:22, and you can go read 1 Chronicles. Just read all the Chronicles if you want to know about homosexual and all that. Is this true? Is this the truth? So if this the truth, then did God create some people with the intentions on sending them to hell? I repeat, let me say this again. If this is true, did God create some people with intentions of sending them to hell? Because if he says you will not get into heaven, but on the same flip side, he's omnipresent and all knowing, and he created all. That means he's created certain people to live their life hell-bound, but he loves you, right? According to that religion. That's what I'm trying to get y'all to understand. Religion is just a lifestyle. It's just a lifestyle. We take it too literal, like it's a man in the sky and we're going to get punished for this. No, all you have to do is keep your energy sharp. The Bible got a lot of pointers and philosophy, good stuff in there to keep your energy sharp. That's how they catch you in, that's how they reel you in. But far as you literally thinking it's a God, it's somebody that sits high and look low, that's the tricky part. That's the part they tricked you with. That's the part that the GOV, that's what keeps them at bay and keep them in control. Then on top of that, they put entertainment and all this other stuff. All these sci-fi imagination things like alien, all this stuff. They pile a lot of distractions on top of you, on top of the fact you thinking that it's a God upstairs. So you think all that stuff is ordained by God. You see what I'm saying? So that means if that's just true, if it is a God up there and I'm wrong, then that means God make people that are just ordained to go to hell. That means he don't love everybody. You know what I'm saying? If that's the truth, is gay pride God's plan? This is what God got going on earth. Now, before y'all sit there and be like, oh, what you talking about? I thought you talking about TD Jakes. TD Jakes has been spotted and you know what I'm saying, at these parties on camera doing some funny shit. TD Jakes even sounds funny when he's up there. So this is just not me just talking just out my ass. This is some real shit going on. Pride parades everywhere. Pride teachers and pride preachers. It's gay preachers out here, y'all. Real shit. Gay churches. We got pride parents. We got 2 women trying to raise a child. 2 men trying to raise a child. 2 women trying to raise a daughter. Two men gonna raise a son. What y'all think they gonna raise them to be? Straight? What y'all think them kids hearing and seeing at night and hearing and shit in that next room with they mom and mom or dad and dad? Y'all think it's cute for your child to walk in the bathroom at 10, 11 years old and see a dildo on the sink, or see some KY jelly and see some, because it's a lot of extra shit you got to do when you homosexual. You can't just have regular old get your wash rag and clean up. Ain't none of that. Y'all use all type of shit, especially women. Y'all gotta have all type of gadgets and shit and gadgets. Men, y'all don't know what the fuck y'all on the same shit. But y'all got kids at these pride parades. Where I'm from, down here in Bama, where I'm from, in my city, they had a pride parade. It was kids out there marching with flags. What the hell is the kids out there for? Why are y'all training? What? This stuff is retarded. This stuff is really stupid. But at the same time, it's an agenda behind it. And the fact of the matter that we animals, and these scientists and these GOV people, these people that we call elite, they know this. They understand this. They ain't into no Bible and Quran and all that. They understand what the fuck. They know we're going to fall for shit. They know people are trendy. People follow trends. And since they control the media, they control how we get information. There you go. They make it popular. They make it hot. They start writing up laws to pass. They start passing laws for it and writing up freedoms and certain incentives they can get, certain things they can do, giving them freedoms to make movies and this and that. It's a lot of things that they do to advertise it and make it cool, make it okay. And then what people do? People just tag right along. Until time go on, they're gonna come up with something else after a while. Because time go on, and then people gonna start catching on. Like, hey, hold on, man. But right now, this shit is ridiculous. This shit is ridiculous. And to hear about a preacher being involved, and to hear about other preachers being, homosexual and stuff like that, That's crazy, man. Because Christianity said it's an abomination. I thought this was God's country. God allows sin, but also punish you for sin. God allowed. So, like I said, God creating people to go to hell. So if if everything is correct about TD Jakes, he going to hell. Ain't no way he gonna be able to get into the kingdom because he's a homosexual, right? But at the same time, he up there preaching the gospel. He's still up there preaching. But at the same time, in my eyes, the shit ain't real no way. So all I see TD Jakes doing is continue to get his check. People ain't gonna stop listening and watching for him because he's homosexual, because they done made homosexuality popular. It's popping now. So he gonna get the gay crowd. You know what I'm saying? All I'm saying is this stuff should make you question this religion. It's not about no man in the sky. This stuff is literally for control, your money, the power, dominion over you. When they say God, they talking about themselves. That's why I say you made in the image of God. It's a lot of little cracks and creaks in that book that tell on itself. A lot of little contradictions. And a lot of y'all that study the Bible, y'all know what I'm talking about. I ain't gonna sit here and go through all of it. But that's one verse I can think off the top of my head right now, that we are made in his image. And that right there let you know, okay, if you made in his image, you like God, you look like God. You are God. The shit that they talking about, you know all that you know. You're powerful as you can be. You are everything that you can be. You are all loving as all that you can be. You are, everything in that book, if you just look at it from a perspective of them talking about you, you will understand it more. You have to follow these things to understand how to live a better life. Like I said, them philosophies and ways of life been around for a long time. But these white folk, these colonizers, these people who are looking to take control of land, trade, and take power over people, they created a God in the sky along with these philosophies in this book. They just put a face on it, put a man on it. If you look at a lot of pictures of God or Jesus or whatever, the sun right there, they just put God in front of it. The sun right there. They put God, they put your image of God in front of it. They put a face, an image in front of it. But the most powerful thing in our universe is our sun. That's where all life comes from. That sun, the energy of the sun, beaming down on this planet, feeding everything from the ground up. But they just put a face in front of it. The Lord corrects those he loves and punishes everyone he accepts as his child. Proverbs chapter 3, verse 11 and 12. So accept your suffering as if they were father's punishment. God does these things to you as a father punishing his sons. Now, having an all-knowing God, before I say this, I want y'all to really listen and understand this. Having an all-knowing God is nothing like earthly fatherhood. Having an all-knowing God is nothing like earthly fatherhood. Now, the reason I say this is because the all-knowing, omnipresent God knows everything. He knows you before you were in your mother's womb. That's in the book. Your earthly father does not know you before you was in your mother's womb. You are a seed. Your earthly father has to get to know you as he raised you. And he has to raise and construct you into the person you're going to become. That's nothing like a heavenly father, so to speak. So with them putting that in the book, that shit right there let you know that it's a man trying to have dominion over you. It's a man trying to get you to bow down to him. Because there's no way an all-knowing God will have to punish you. Think about that. He already know what you're going to do. Why would he have to correct you? The Lord corrects those he loves. Why would he have to correct you if he already know what you're going to do? If he's all powerful, he's all knowing, he's everywhere, he's all seeing. How, what is he correcting? What is he punishing? Just think about the flood, the great flood. The great flood. All right. What was the reason for the flood? For him correcting the world. He corrected the whole world. He said the world was too bad. So he killed everybody. What was the reason for that? If you control everybody, if you omnipresent, you control everybody. You made them stray off. You made them fall off. Then you kill them all. And then we still have sin today. So what was the reason for, you know what I'm saying? If that God is real up there, what is he doing all this for if he controls everybody? What you got? Why do I have to? Why do I need correction if you the one who made me do this? You understand what I'm saying? It ain't you ain't. If I made you do something, there's no wrong or right in it because I'm making you do it. This is just what I want you to do. So I don't understand this mentality. I don't understand this. This like it's a good slide because I don't understand this whole concept. I don't. What I don't understand about it is how people don't look into this stuff and see the trickery in it. There ain't no man in the sky. Your life is in your hands. People done tricked you to think that stuff going on down here is being controlled by something unseen, and it's not. It's being controlled by people. And the reason that we look at white people like they superior or they got money or they do this because of this religion. We think a God is white. Just be honest. Just be real. I don't give a fuck how many black Hebrews say what or how many pictures you done seen of black Jesus or how many, this, that. Y'all, all your life, you've been seeing an image of a white God. When you Google God, when you look up God, you're going to see a white dude. You ain't going to see no brother. So this mentality has really held us back for so long. So long. And I think it's really time for us to start questioning this shit and getting up out of it. Because there's a lot of fuckery going on within it. And I know good and hell well I ain't the only one that feel like this. Because if you really want to get down to the nitty gritty, you can start talking about free will or God's will. Which one is stronger? Free will or God's will? Because one side of a Christian will say you got free will, but then another the same Christian will say God's will rule over all. So if God's will rule over all, I ain't got no free will. I'm just living God's will. And a true Christian will probably just tell you that, like, yeah, we all just living God's will. So that means if you broke, you're just supposed to be broke. That means if you got punched in the head, you're supposed to get punched in the head. That means if you ain't got no legs, you just supposed to wouldn't have no legs. That means whatever shit you going through, good or bad, you just supposed to go through it. So that means black people just supposed to be in the projects. We just supposed to, we ain't supposed to have our face on no money. We ain't supposed to have no country. We just black people. What like Kanye said in the rant, where's the country of black at? Where's our country? Where's our leadership? Where our forefathers and shit at? Where's that at? We just categorized and known as slaves. That's all. And half of us wasn't even slaves. Majority of black people in America wasn't even slaves. If you go back and talk to your family and ask them and really dig deep in your family history, majority of us will find out we wasn't even slaves. Wasn't even, you know what I'm saying? We just got a name on us, like, because we've been weak. We've been beat down. Our God been changed. Our God has been changed. He don't look like us no more. He look like them. So therefore, we gonna kind of ease up when they come around. That's God's people. That's why the Jews, them white Jews, get away with the shit they get away with. That's why they really, running the media and got, they run this YouTube. That's why they get away with their stuff. Because they got this this mindset sunk into people so deeply that it's a white dude upstairs. That it's a white God. And he got a chosen people. And they if he white, they got to they got to be, closer to him type shit. Look at the Pope. People think he the closest thing to God. Really believe it. And I'm telling you, it's real creepy when you start. When I stepped out of religion, shit started looking real creepy. It looked creepy. Man, I'm talking about we look weak, y'all. Black people look real weak. If you a Christian, majority of y'all are hypocrites. I'm just be real. Majority of y'all gonna do some shit, do some dirt, and then we talking about Jesus Lord and all that shit just because y'all want to feel like y'all doing the right thing. But in reality, you are in control of your life. You don't have to be a hypocrite. You don't have to be trying to fit in with folks and try, oh yeah, I'm going to go to church. You ain't got to do all that. It's cool. It's okay. Your family still going to love you. The ones who fuck with you still going to fuck with you, whatever. You don't have to try to fit in and go to just because it's not, that stuff is not legit. That shit is creepy. You really just submitting to white supremacy. I'm just being real. If you still go to church, if you still a Christian, you still submit to white supremacy. Just put that out there. If you a Christian today, if you a Christian, you believe in Jesus Christ and you believe Lord and Savior and all that, you still submit to Christian white supremacy. That was their whole plot for the shit. Because it ain't no such thing as a God in the sky's will. Free will overrules everything. You are free to do whatever you want to do. You can walk outside right now, pick up a rock and throw that bitch far as you want to. Crack somebody across the head with it. You can walk outside right now and take a knife and slash all your tires and go buy you some more. You can just think of anything in your mind right now. I can take this computer and just throw it across the room right now. I ain't gonna do no anything. Free will. Ain't nobody controlling you. And then a lot of y'all might see stuff happen and oh man, that what happened. Like when crazy stuff happen, that's just life, y'all. That's just life. Everything is unexpected. Everything is random. Every day is some crazy shit that's gonna happen because you didn't know what the fuck was gonna happen. We so crazy and dumbfounded on shit. We forget that fact of life. We don't know what's gonna happen tomorrow. So everything is magnificent. Why do you think entertainment is so crazy to us and so entertaining to us? Sports and music, and because we don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. We've never seen what's going to happen tomorrow. We get disappointed when we see something we've already seen over and over and over and over. So, is there a man upstairs? Is there a man up there with this religion? This religion tell you it's a man that look high. God looks down from heaven upon the sons of men to see if any understand, if any seek God. Here we go again. God got to seek and look and see if any of his men that he done created and he put out here, he gonna look and see if any of them understand or seek God. And let me look down there and see which one of them seek God. Damn, didn't you create us? Didn't you? Aren't you omnipresent? Don't you know what we thinking? Don't you know what we down here doing? You know what I'm saying? Don't you have the ability to control men? Didn't you harden the heart of the Pharaoh? Then you send, you sent it. Come on, man. Come on now. What if death is just like before you were born? Y'all think about that. Think about that. What if you were taught that death is just like before you was born? What you remember before you was born? So what if death is like that? Ain't no heaven, ain't no hell. So all this stuff, it's crazy. I wish I wish somebody could die and then like kind of come back. But hey, man, look, man, that shit crazy. We sitting up here believing this motherfucker Jesus and shit and all this. Motherfucker ain't even, you know what I'm saying? But you have a lot of people that are supposedly going to a coma or supposedly die, and they claim to see God and see angels and see like stuff like that. People, those are dreams. If you tap into the uh the brain, the mind, if you tap into how it works, with how dreams work and stuff like that, all that stuff can be explained perfectly. It's just dream. You have a lot of dreams of stuff that you're thinking about. So if you're going through a traumatic time in your life and you've always been taught about Jesus and God and there's somebody up there, that's probably what you're gonna be thinking about before you pass away. And if you ain't really dead, your mind is on the brink of existence and non-existence, you're probably gonna have some crazy ass visions. You're probably gonna have some drug type, shroom type feelings and visions. So all that stuff is, man, that stuff can be explained, man. It's when people tell me stuff like that, like, man, well, what about this, or this person seen it, or this person said this. That stuff can be explained, bro, because the mind is crazy. Our imagination runs crazy, and we can come up with a lot of things based on what we taught. Just take a child for example. All right, you can teach a child about some certain thing and be highly interested in it, and then when they go to bed at night, they might have a dream about it. They might start getting attached to it. They might start coming up with these crazy ass lies about where we going or where we went, because they just so in love and so infatuated with it. And that's how I feel like a lot of religious people take this, they take these stories they hear about these people's um testimony, so to speak. They just, oh man, that's crazy, run with it. Oh, then once they done listen, they just go on about their day. But while all this shit going on in the world, this God in the book is steady saying that he has to seek, if any, understand or seek God. He got to go down here and see if just like Sodom and Gomorrah. He supposedly burnt that up because the people down there just got so far away from him. Just like the story of Noah's Ark. Everybody got away from him. What? So he ain't got no control over people? He don't know what we're gonna do down here? That's what I'm saying. Is he not all powerful, all knowing? Just like I had a partner tell him, either he's all powerful and not all knowing, or he's all knowing and not all powerful. He's one, but you can't say that to a real Christian, because they know now the almighty powerful God is all powerful. He created the universe, he created you and me. He the reason we here. So what the hell he got to seek understanding for then? Why does he got to go down and see if any understand or seek him? Why he got to go? Why does he got to destroy everybody and restart if he's in control of it? Like it seems like he's just having fun with us. He's just having fun with us. Create us for a little bit, let us veer off, and then destroy us. Create us a little bit, let us veer off, destroy us. You know what I'm saying? Because T.D. Jakes isn't the only homosexual in church. I'm pretty sure some of y'all people watching this video or listening to this, y'all understand what I'm talking about, and y'all know. Y'all probably got some homosexuals in your church. You probably go to a homosexual church. And it don't have to have the rainbow flag in there, but I'm pretty sure if your pastor is a homosexual or anything like that, then it's gonna be taught or preached that it's okay. They're gonna skip past them Bible verses in Psalms and Corinthians or whatever, they're gonna skip past some Bible verses where they talk about homosexuality. They ain't gonna talk about that. How is it possible that homosexuality is in the church of Christians? How? That's what I'm trying to understand. How is it homosexuality in the Christian church when it clearly says it's an abomination? And then the book is supposedly have been given to us through the blessings of God to man. God inspired man to write this book. And he said homosexuality is an abomination. And then turn right around and allow the world to be gay. So God contradicted himself. But then a lot of y'all will say, No, well, the devil got the world. The devil got, but now you can't say that because God controlled the devil. The devil used to be an angel. He's under God. He can't do nothing. He can't, you know what I'm saying? It's that that whole religion got a hole in it when shit like this come out. That whole religion got a hole in it when the government allow gay marriage. You know what I'm saying? Shit like that. That whole religion got a hole in it when it say thou shalt not kill. But we got an army. Y'all create bombs. Y'all got fighter jets. The religion got a hole in it when you say only God can judge me. But when you go to court, who you see? The judge. Only God can. If anybody that hit you, oh, only God can judge me. I can do whatever the fuck I want. Only God can judge me. What you do? Who you see when you go to court? Who will book the judge? Book your ass. Sit you right down. Fuck up in the society. You ain't gonna have to worry about God. You got to worry about judge. Goddamn, putting that gavel on your ass. So there's no way you can say only God can judge me when we got a judicial system. Cause they gonna judge your ass. The system judge your ass. You just, like I said, you've just been tricked to think that it's a dude up there that control all this. So you got to bow down to it. There's nothing you can do about it. And that's the number one thing when I talk about this shit with American people. Like, man, what y'all think we should do? Americans think that there's nothing we can do about anything. And I strongly believe that's because of religion. That's because people think that it's ordained by some God in the sky. And we ain't got no power. And that's a good job by the government. Good job. They did a great job with religion. Great job. Because they got people stuck. Religion and entertainment and keeping them broke. Oh, man. They got people by the nuts. They got us by the nuts. And it's crazy, man. Because I be on my black community. We got to open up our eyes to what be going on in our face. Why is it advertised more in the black community? We got the shit coming out about TD Jakes, but that's not, like I told y'all, it's gonna get in more popularity. They doing this shit on purpose. They gonna put this shit out. They always gonna do it. We got so much homosexuality being promoted in the black community. It's ridiculous. It's being promoted all at school. How much rainbow stuff y'all kid done brought home since just after the first semester? How much rainbow shit y'all little shouters done brought from elementary school, middle school, drawings and pictures and shit. It's advertised in the black community heavy, very heavy right now. And guess what? It's during the woke era, the so-called woke era. Now they pushing all this shit out. Now they want you to stop reproducing. Now they want you to. Now they want to demasculate your ass. They don't want you to be a man no more. They want you to be a little sissy. They want you to be a chump. And that ain't no offense to nobody, but that's some real spill. You ain't got no soldiers if you got a bunch of chumps running around. You ain't got no thinkers. You ain't got no real leaders. You ain't got no real political figures if you got a bunch of homosexual men running around and a bunch of young men aspiring to be women. All right. We need to get back to having men around. We need real men to step up and start raising these boys and these women. Y'all stop leaving y'all kids, man. Stop just busting in these girls and just running off, man. Stop making these babies and running off, man. Stop, man. Come on, man. We need way more fathers out here, man. And it's ridiculous. We ain't got too many more years, and we ain't got too much more time to just be letting these generations just fall like this, man after man. We gotta come on with it, man. We gotta come on with it. Cause, man, I don't like the fact that it's promoted so much. Cause I remember a time when being homosexual was private. You didn't just have that all out in public. That was private, man. If you got down like that, man, that's something you had going on. Cause it's not something that's natural. That's why they don't fuck with that shit over in Africa and over in these foreign lands and in these I bet if you go to an indigenous land, indigenous country, where it's maybe 700,000 people or a million people, just a nice little country, they ain't fucking with no homosexuality because it's unnatural. It kill your population. It kill reproduction. It spread disease. It's bad for your health. You know what I'm saying? It's bad for your health to be like that. Straight up. You're supposed to naturally be what you are to the fullest. Now, I understand there are sometimes when the hormones and stuff can be, tricked and kind of crossed up at an early age, but it's just being promoted too much. It's being promoted too much, and a lot of these people are just running along with it, jumping on the train. Is Kirk Franklin trapped in the closet too? Is Kirk Franklin? Is Kirk trapped in the closet? You see him here jumping on TD Jake's lap. His son come out, claim to be bisexual. He made it official that he's bisexual. His son, not Kirk Franklin, but his son came out and said that he's bisexual. Kirk Franklin's son, and that's kind of crazy to me that your boy, I got a son, that's your boy come out like that. That means he probably done seen pops do something or probably been around or ain't no telling what's going on. I ain't trying to spit on no man or say nothing or down on no man. But I'm just saying, it's kind of tricky that his son would come out like that and claim that he's like that, after being raised in the household of Kirk Franklin, the most prolific gospel Christian artist of all time. He was getting that good biblical preaching in that household. And then your son come out to be bisexual. So you didn't teach your son that sleeping with men was an abomination? That's what I'm saying, man. Y'all gotta start questioning this religion. Because I don't think no man in the sky that's righteous like that will be tricking people into going to hell or just creating people to go to hell. You can live your life however you want to live your life, but at the same time, you need to be in the area or around the people who live similar lives to you. That's what's called a community or a village or a tribe, a nation. You need people who are like-minded, like you, or likewise. You can't just be slanging around. If you're a homosexual, you can't just be sleeping around here. You bisexual, man. You can't be sleeping with the same women we sleeping with, because you over here sleeping with men too. Now you spreading disease. Now you know what I'm saying. You come on, man. Old girl who gave you the woo wop probably don't even know that you sleeping with men. She probably don't know that side. And you come over here, she done gave you the little wop, and you know what I'm saying. You got something you done got from the duty hole. See what I'm saying? And so now she not ain't probably ain't get a little checkup or something. Now she go get her other brother a little woo wop. Few months down the line. Now he got it. Cause you over here playing with the duty hole. That's what I'm saying, man. We need to break down this community and separate from a lot of shit, man. Neighborhoods, communities, congregations, everybody need their own little waves. It's too much sick shit going on, man. And I think Kirk Franklin trapped in the closet too. I think he probably be at them Diddy parties too. Cause there's a lot of celebrities, especially American celebrities. Not European American celebrities. I repeat that. I ain't talking about the European Americans. I'm talking about the Americans. There's a lot of weak European Americans too. But as far as the Americans, it's a lot of weak American celebrities. Jordan, Oprah, Terry Crews, Nick Cannon, a lot of y'all favorite ones. Jay-Z, Beatrice. It's a lot of y'all favorite ones. The things they feel like they have to do for $1. I repeat, the things that they feel like they have to do. The things that they feel like they have to do for $1. Because our economic platform been took from us a long time ago when they desegregated everything. I'm gonna just throw this in there. Segregation was a good thing for us because we had our own shit. All we had to do was create our own banks and create our own money. We was getting to that point. We was building enough trade and export import for that. We was getting to that point. Then here come desegregation. Here come the Ku Klux Klan. Here come all that shit. So once they tricked our people into coming on to with them, with the immigrants, with the British regime, with the UN, with Queen Elizabeth, they took everything from under us and pretty much gave it to them. And now whatever we got, just like these weak ass celebrities, whatever they got, it's been given to them by white folks. So even though we got 4 or 5 billionaires, they still don't have they still don't have more money than certain white people. They gonna make sure that it's certain foreigners, European Americans, foreign Americans that's gonna keep the money and control the money and control the power. Because if these people like these, Beatrice and Nick Cannon, if they had all of the billions and trillions of dollars, they will control the industries. They will control the trade and export import. They will control what we get, what type of contracts, what type of incentives, what type of shit that's going on, what type of religion we got, what type of clothes, what's popular, what's not. You see, y'all understand what I mean? If you control the wealth and the land, the trade, the natural resources, that's what everything break down to. You can't build. I can't get these computers. We can't get these buildings and these TVs without the metal and the electric wiring and this, that, and the third. All this stuff break down and stuff come from the earth, come from out of the mountains, out of the hills, out of caves. So if you're not controlling all the natural resources, you don't have the wealth. You don't control the wealth. You can't create no dollar. But since they do it, these European Americans are in control of our natural resources. These are the select few that they allow to have certain amounts of money. And just because a brother got $1 million, we think we paid because our economic platform was took from us a long time ago with us not knowing, you know. So we think we paid now when they give us a little money. So that's why a lot of us sell out. We just go, we fall for the bait. They give us a little check, we run for it. Not even knowing that this our country. All this shit, we should be the ones who control the wealth. We should be I mean, it's obvious once you start breaking in into genealogy and like the real shit. Not no ancestry.com. If y'all want a lot of in deep shit on it, go watch Dane Calloway. Dane Calloway be going on that shit. He go all the way in on that shit. Dane Calloway made me go back and talk to my grandma about shit that she used to tell us when we was kids. She used to always tell us that our great grandmas was Indians and they could do shit with their eyes. And she'd show us pictures of them. And we'll be, we look at, oh, okay, great. But we never would think that they look like black people because at school we was always taught that they was people that was killed. Like they said they killed all the Indians. But at the same time, the more research I do, you look indigenous people are in every land across the world. Everywhere you go across the world, you're gonna run into indigenous people. And when I start reading into De Soto and Christopher Columbus, all them little diaries and stuff, they explain how when they came over here, it was copper skinned people that they met. Copper skinned people. Okay, a penny is copper. If you want to know what type of people Columbus and them or them first Europeans bumped into when they came over here, the Indians, so to speak, go take a penny and put it on your arm. If that penny damn near disappear, that's you part of them people that they bumped into when they came over here. You are a real American. That's what I'm talking about. These Americans that are now being paid by foreigners that came over here that control our natural resources now. That's what the Civil War was all about. The War 1812, a lot of shit. I mean, it's a lot of bullshit that went on back in the day. And it's the reason why these Europeans are in control of our wealth today. And these weak ass celebrities that we got, they just fall for it. A lot of them scared for their life. They don't want to be killed. They don't want to go back to the projects. They don't want to go back to where the foreigners done put you. They rather kiss the foreigner's ass and say, "Oh, okay, boss, well keep me up here." They scared of white power. They bow down to white authority and don't create for our communities because they are not allowed by whites who signed their checks. You gotta think about it. Before y'all sit up and think I'm just talking about white people and bashing white people, who signed their check? Who got more money than them? That's who they have to go see and negotiate with. So good and hell well they ain't finna let them have more money than them. But at the same time, these American celebrities are not going to band together and put their money together and really try to make a push for change. They're not going to do that because they're afraid of white power. They probably are all Christians. They thank God and they thank God for the position they in. They feel like they don't want to. They probably think certain shit that they want to do, that they want to change, but they don't act on it because the Bible also say, lean not on your own understanding. Don't question God. It's got all this tricky shit they put in there to make you not want to revolt. Because if y'all study anything in human history, if y'all just study human history, period, the number one thing that all humans do is revolt. That's just something natural we do. Any type of animal kingdom has revolts. Because when stuff ain't going the way it's supposed to be going with the time, the people will band together and revolt. And the reason I feel like we ain't revolting in America yet, because we too entertained and we too Christianized. They did a good job with it. And even when we do start talking shit or saying little shit or trying to get shit to change, they'll create a revolution. They'll create a way. George Soros and them, they'll spend some money and hire some flunkies like these weak ass Americans. They're hired it. Motherfucker come, I'll give you 100,000 to start this movement. So. And they'll go do it. And after that, once the public see, like, oh, okay, somebody doing something. Then once it die out, like, oh, well, it didn't work. Before you know it, 10 years done went by. They still in charge. So we got a lot of weak ass celebrities with money that definitely ain't gonna band together and try to do shit. I be feeling like the wrong people got money, but it's the right people for them white folks, and that's why they can still go on with this Christianity. They can still fill these churches up. They can still get you to come down and pay tithes. They still can get you because ain't nobody stepped up to the plate and said, "Hey, this shit is over with. This shit is whack. This shit ain't cool. This shit ain't getting us nowhere." We just steady following along with it. Some people need help, not acceptance. Now I'm talking about homosexuality. I'm talking about all this. Like TD Jakes, you in the closet. Why you in the closet with it? Why you not out? Is something mentally going on with you? Puff too, Puff Daddy too. What's going on with y'all? Because out in public, Puff, you talking about you need a girl. You got all these J Lo and all. So then you got Cassie, but whole time behind closed doors, you putting in rooms and letting guys come in there run trains on and shit. What's wrong with y'all mentally? Some people need help, not acceptance. Homosexuality used to be classified as a mental disorder. So is TD Jakes mentally fucked up? Is something wrong with him? So why would a person with mental problems be leading the masses? Be able to lead the masses? That show you how simple that book is. That show you how crazy, man. That book is swift. Most homosexuals were probably molested when they were young. Now this is no shade or no nothing. I got real deep feelings for anybody who's been touched or molested. I've talked to a lot of girls. I got feelings for people who've been through that. And I really wish the best for you. I wish that you can figure out a way that you can make it through your situation mentally and get over it, because it's something that person was dealing with too. They was probably mentally messed up. But at the same time, shouldn't nobody be going through that? And if anybody ever tries to do that to you or may come back and try to do it to you, make sure that you protect yourself at all costs. Get you something sharp and put it in their stomach or put it in their throat. Don't be scared to see no blood. Don't be scared to hurt them because they're not scared to hurt you. I feel like every little girl, little boy, whatever, if it's somebody messing with you or something, pick up something sharp. Pick up something sharp. Find something sharp and make sure you put it in their throat or put it in their stomach. Because I think all child molesters, anybody who does that, should get the death penalty. Some homosexual women are just tired of being hurt or being heartbroken by men. That's true. I had to throw that in there because a lot of y'all women are homosexuals because these men done cheated on y'all, did y'all wrong a few times, and you and old girl, y'all been best friends for a long time, and y'all was drunk one night and there it went, and y'all think y'all in a relationship now until shit hit the fan and you realize that you really do like men, but you just tired, you just tired of being hurt. So just because you having these problems, just seek help, baby. Find somebody you can sit down and talk to. It don't matter who it is. Even if you don't know how to, call somebody. Get on the horn. Don't, like, people that's been touched or molested, like, don't be scared to tell somebody about it. And don't be scared to get the fuck away from that person. Because life goes on. Time is going to heal them wounds. You're going to find somebody who really loves you and care about you. They out here. Everybody going to find somebody. It's all about energy and what you're attracting. I'm not trying to blame them for what happened to them. Nothing like that. Because people do fucked up shit. But when it's all said and done, when you grow up and get older, move on, try to find your way to get past that by expressing yourself. Talk to people. Tell somebody about it. Don't be keeping that shit secret. Fuck motherfuckers. Everybody who do shit like that should be under the jail and should get the death penalty. Straight up. All pedophiles should get the death penalty. No probation. If you touch a little kid, kidnap women, all that, it just I'm gonna just put it like this. If I was in control of this country, if I was the president, or if I, people like me, people like-minded like me, real Americans was in control of this country, it wouldn't be this much pedophilia going on. I'm gonna tell y'all that right now. If black people was in control of this country, it wouldn't be this much child molesting and behind closed doors, men sleeping with men, gay marriage being legal. It wouldn't be none of that going on if black people ran this country. This is a Greco-Roman lifestyle mentality that has been brought over here by Europeans. Real shit. Majority of white people have, some crazy thoughts, man. They have some crazy ass jokes. They have some crazy ass shit going through their head. Because if you go in them precincts, if you go in them prisons and jails, majority of the sex offenders, majority of the real serious child sex offenders and shit, they be white folks. Now they come in all shapes and sizes and colors, but majority of them, yeah. And I feel like with us living in this society for so long and having these fucked up, mind frames and having these false religions all in I think a lot of this stuff done rubbed off on everybody else. Just done rubbed off on people. And you feel like you done seen so many people get away with it. You feel like, these people might pop a Mickey one day or something happen to them mentally and they just have a thought of, going to kidnap a woman. Anything, man. But that's all because of society we live in. Ain't no punishment for pedophiles. Pedophiles get probation. They have to register. You see that? Sex offenders failure to register. They got warrants. So you gotta register and then you can go back on the street. Now why they ain't got that for drug dealers? Why they ain't got that for identity thieves and shit? Other little small crimes and shit. Cause sex offender is not a small crime. That's heavy. So why they ain't got, you a drug dealer, all you gotta do is register. You gotta register as a drug dealer. So you can't do certain shit. You can't go certain places. You know what I'm saying? If you get caught with drugs again, you a registered drug dealer, man. You can't be doing this shit. What's wrong with you, man? You get caught, every time you get caught again, you had your little stripe, but they don't have nothing like that with sex. All you gotta do is register. And then over time, you get caught over time, then they start penalizing you, sending you to prison and shit. But your first time, I never forget, man, when I was in court in Illinois, and that motherfucker gave that man 24 months probation, time served, and he tied the girl up, drove over state lines with her, tied up, raped her, beat her up. I mean, I'm sitting there listening in court like, what the fuck? And he got probation, and y'all trying to send me to prison for a year and a half for class 1 burglary or theft, I believe it was. Whichever one it was. I was on some credit show. I was swiping them credit cards, though. I was fucking them up a little bit. We and the motherfuckers that learned a little trick and trade and shit, but I don't get on no shit like that no more. I ain't got time for all that scamming and shit no more. But that was back when I was young and dumb. But they was gonna give me a year and a half in the joint after I spent 5-6 months already in the county, just sitting up in that motherfucker. And then they gonna turn around and send the sex offender home on time served, 24 months probation. All he gotta do is sign up. Ain't no punishment for pedophiles because pedophiles run the country. They cool. I heard my girl damn, what's her name? Jaguar. Something. She said in the interview said they not gonna say nothing because they just worry about the power. They can stay in control, so they ain't gonna say nothing about them pedophiles. You know what I'm saying? You got a little motherfucker that like little girl, little boy. Look at Epstein Island. They ain't gonna say nothing because they gonna just keep that money. Because pedophiles run this country. So, like I said, if people like me that wasn't pedophile, we're not naturally pedophiles. If we ran the country, you wouldn't see this shit going on. You wouldn't see no TD Jake shit going on. It wouldn't even be none of this. It wouldn't even be no Puff Daddies. It wouldn't be no Beatrices. It wouldn't be none of these Jay-Z. It wouldn't be none of that. Because y'all can't do crazy fuckboy shit to get to the top. No. God's country allows gay marriage. So you telling me TD Jakes can go to the party and Diddy bop, and God allow it? So God allows men and women to get married and do that. That's what God allowed. But in the old time, well, okay, if God allowed that, then how come that page in the Bible didn't just mysteriously just burn up? It should have just burnt up, right? Just all of a sudden, you look in the Bible, that page is gone. Like he changed his mind up there or something, So that's what I'm saying. Like, what is this God's country? The money saying God we trust. You go to court and saying God we trust back there. Everything, most commercials and at sporting events, we, Star Spangled Banner and God we trust. Every time anybody in this country win an award, they get on the podium, on the stage, or that platform, and they thank God first. Every time the wind blow around this motherfucker, somebody thanking God. If a big boom blast off in this motherfucker, somebody gonna say Lord Jesus Christ. This is God's country. This is God's land, right? So God allows gay marriage now. So what's next? He gonna allow pedophilia? He gonna allow you to marry who you love? That's what the gay dude say. He said, marry who you love. Okay, what if he love a rhinoceros? What if he love an 11-year-old little boy or 11-year-old girl? What if they shrink? What would y'all do in the public if they lowered the marriage age down to 12 or 11, and there was a 35-year-old dude who tried to come to you and marry your 13-year-old daughter? You gonna be pissed off. But peep this. Think about this. 100 years from now, if that law still in, the people gonna think it's natural. The people living in that days when we dead and gone, our great-great-grandchildren, they're going to think it's natural. They're going to think it's natural. So it's going to be a lot of bullshit going on in the future if we don't change this shit now. Straight up. Because the children definitely are the future. Everybody you looking at today was a child at once. And this our world now. We up here now. We talking our shit now. We stomping around. So we are in control of how this thing gonna go and how it's gonna end up and how we want to leave it for our next generation. But since it's not more of us in charge, a lot of shit is going the pedophilic, crazy way, demonic way. Everybody on demon time. Yeah, because so-called demons are in charge. Guys that are on, like guys and girls that really don't care about people. They don't care. They just greedy. They don't care. They are in charge. That's who's in charge. So, and they want to lower the population and shrink the population down to a number that they really can control, or that they great grandchildren or grandchildren can control. And they gonna leave the blueprint. They gonna leave the books. They gonna leave everything on the script for them, for their great grandchildren to keep going. Because this is something that's been going on, y'all, since 1700. That's why all the presidents look the same. All of them white. All of them like they got a plan. Y'all gotta understand, people, we've been here for a long time. And we've been here, evolving into what we is today, over and over and over and over. Freaking and freaking and freaking and freaking. Mating and mating and mating and mating. This world been here for a long time. A long time. And we have figured out a lot of ways, as people, we done figured out a lot of ways to do things. Write, speak, communicate, travel, all type of stuff. We taking pictures, we making videos, this is all us. So just like the word God or the concept of God, that's created by man, if you ask me. But we've been fooled that some God created you, but he'll turn around and allow you to marry who you want to love. He said man can't sleep with man, woman can't sleep with woman, but you can marry who you love. He gave this man, this pride man down here, the mind to make this sign and to say marry who you want to love. And these women over here, women and stuff, to get married, men get married with men. He allowed that. But in his book, he says it's an abomination. See what I'm saying? But if you think about it like this, what if I told you that man wrote that book? Man created God. All those laws and stuff like that, that stuff man made. That stuff that we've made over time. Then this stuff will make sense when you see man just allow gay marriage. Because we create this stuff. So stuff that we create, we can get rid of. We make and break rules all the time. That's just human nature. Because what's right today might be wrong tomorrow. What's wrong today might be right tomorrow. See what I'm saying? Like it might be cold today, you might need that coat, but then it's hot tomorrow, you don't need that coat no more. You ain't gonna walk out with that coat. See what I'm saying? That's just human nature. So if you explain the book without that sky daddy in the sky, it would make more sense. People will understand it more. You will see that it's okay, it's a man book. It's a book of control. People trying to, you know what I'm saying? But the powers that be don't want you to look at it like that, because then they're gonna lose their spot. The Jews don't want you to look at it like that, because then they're gonna lose their spot. That's why they don't like black Jews. Because all that shit is eventually gonna show the hypocrisy in it. And people gonna start to lean away from it. And they're not gonna look at them as the most powerful or the chosen people of the planet. Is all this ordained by God? You tell me. I don't know. Did man create God, or did God create man? Which one is it? Because if man created God, like I just said, all this gonna make sense. If you start thinking about it like that, if you start thinking in the sense of that man created the concept of God, men like me and you, men, women, we over time, we've been here so long, we've created these concepts, and one powerful concept they created was God, like an almighty being, somebody who can do it all. And I really truly think that the first God, so to speak, was images of us, people who were real, that were like our kings, queens, priests, people that had been through things on this planet and had knowledge to help you survive on this planet. We looked upon them as gods, so to speak. I've heard Billy Carson talk about when most civilizations back in the day would meet other civilizations that had more technology, that lesser civilization would automatically look at them as if they're godly or that they've been chosen by God, and that's just natural. You just look at it like, okay, dang, you're pretty much at all with these people. So is this all ordained by a God? If you ask me, no. This is all man's work. And we got to stop waiting on a God and looking for it, because ain't no God up there. But if you're a Christian, if you believe that there is a God up there, and he is the rock of your life, and he is the soul of your body, and he controls your life, and he is your father, all that good stuff, then he's ordained all this stuff. So you have no control or power over nothing that's happening. If we want a homosexual drag queen to teach your son to be your son's basketball coach, then that's just what it is. God ordained that. If we want a transgender female, a man that turned female to be your daughter's gymnastic coach, and go in there and put his little tutu on, the leotard, and you see the little bump in between his legs, then when you go to practice and see your daughter in there stretching out and he helping her stretch out, then just know that's God, that God ordained that. If you're a Christian, that's God's work. Don't say nothing about it. You can't say nothing. You can't change nothing. You know what I'm saying? That's God's work. If you go to that meeting and they be like, hey man, you want this $1,000,000? You watch bam, and you want a $1,000,000? Take your clothes off. It's watch bam. So and so want to sleep with you. Okay, that's God's plan, right? Because you this $1,000,000, you ain't never seen $1,000,000. It's God's plan. You better go on up in there and sleep, right? That's true, right? That's what you better do, if that's what you believe. You see how it's easy to get tricked. If you think it's a man, imaginary person, they will punish you for not seizing opportunities or taking chances in his fashion. It's crazy. It's just like donating to charity. A lot of motherfuckers get money. Oh, I'm gonna donate to charity. I'm gonna do good. Man, that charity going right into a European's pocket, right to the pocket. Will TD Jakes continue his rampage? Will he continue to run through these men and run through these parties? Will Disney's Pixar come out with the TD Jakes party, Diddy party, house party, Diddy at the party at Diddy's house movie? Diddy out here, man. Will TD Jakes take that Jakes continue his rampage? Touchdown Jakes. Take Dick Jakes continue his rampage. Because right now, all these are allegations, but like I said, if you had a Diddy party, I wouldn't put nothing past you. I ain't gonna put nothing past you, man. And a lot of this stuff really needs to be questioned. Y'all need to start looking into these religions and these people and these public icons that we claim to be leaders or influencers of our generation, as we call them, the culture. We need to start looking into these people, man, because a lot of them foul and a lot of them phony. And I really think that's the reason why a lot of people that are into these people, a lot of them be phony. Because it's a lot of phony people around just on a daily basis. And they all fall back to these religions, and because everything trickle from the top. So if you just living in a phony ass society, it's gonna create some phony ass people. Real shit. And TD Jakes one of them. Diddy one of them. Because they put this facade on like they godly, upright. But behind closed doors, they put Mickey's in girls' drink. He getting the train ran on this girl while he sit there and watch. TD Jakes and him humping on men. But he a preacher. See what I'm saying? So who called these preachers to preach? Who called your preacher to preach? Who picked up the phone and called this man? And, hello? Hey man, why don't you start preaching down there First Corinthians Baptist Church on 57th Street? Who called these folks and said go preach? I'm gonna end on this, man. Who called? you got to start thinking about this religion outside the box. Don't be afraid. Don't be scared to think. If a man say I've been called to preach, say if he been selling dope for 30 years, he 41 years old. He been selling dope for 30 years since he been selling dope since he was 11. And then motherfuckers come with you and say, "Hey man, look at man, I changed my life, man. Me and my wife talking, and you know me and old girl, we say you sit down, shit. I think I've been called to preach." Now your emotional connection to this religion will make you happy. Oh man, you done changed, man. But this the thing, your reality gonna set in once you see this man get up there and preach, or once he's out of your presence. You gonna sit there and think like, I know good and hell well, ain't nobody called the rail to preach. The rail been selling dope, been to prison, been fucking everybody from here to Chattanooga. I know he ain't been called to no preach. I know the Lord ain't you. You know what I'm saying? Because them Christians gonna be like, man, you can't say nothing. You don't know who the Lord gonna use. The Lord can use anybody. But on the flip, your mind, your reality gonna kick in and say, hell no. Who calls you to preach? And then you see him get up there and preach and preach and preach, and he preaching 4-5 years go by and don't nothing change in the community. That's when you can see like, oh, okay, well, it was for nothing. Then nobody called him to preach. His ass a hustler. He's a hustler. And talking to the people and massaging their feelings and getting them riled up with that Christianity, that book, that them messages. It's a hustle. It's a hustle. And that's the way I feel about it. And that's why I can't really sit down and talk to too many preachers. So that's how I feel about it. You hustling the people, man. Ain't nobody coming to save us. Ain't nobody up there. We are in control of our own destiny. And I feel like we need to get back to that so we won't have these clowns popping up every 5 years, every 10 years with some scandalous shit going on. Whole time they getting this money, they doing this, they doing that. We looking up to them like, hey, yeah, we out here on the public, out here in the public on a daily basis, taking up for them, giving them love, playing their music, watching their movies, going to their games, giving them praise, calling them the GOAT. Calling them the devil. Oh yeah, he the devil. He the GOAT. He the best. He on demon time. He killing shit. So we need to start looking into this shit for real and understanding what the fuck we really doing.